Receiving Schools, here is a reference for today's lesson. Your strand, substrand, outcome, topic, materials, and your reference.
Okay, good morning, HCs, Receiving School students and teachers.
Good morning, Miss Irma.
Thank you, may sit down. All right, can we just correct our homework, please? From our previous lesson, receiving students, the climographs, the two climographs, one for Adelaide in Australia and the other one for Athens, the capital city of Greece. So those two climographs, where you were to answer the questions HCs, can I have you take out those worksheets quickly? I gave you for homework and you were supposed to complete those at home, those worksheets. Okay, question number 1. Okay, Naomi, can you read that first question, please? Yeah. All right, receiving students and teachers, listen carefully to the question.
What are the highest and lowest average daily temperatures for Athens?
Is that working? Here. So can you read loud so everyone listens?
What are the highest and lowest average daily temperatures for Athens?
Okay. What are the highest and lowest daily temperatures for Athens, and when do they occur? So the highest and lowest. What is the highest daily temperature? The highest, highest reading for highest temperature reading for Athens. You're supposed to be looking at your line graph, right? The line graph. So what was the highest? 31 degrees Celsius. HCs and receiving students, looking at your climograph for Athens. The highest is 31, okay? You see that line going right up there, and 31. So 31 degrees Celsius. Okay. What is the lowest?
8 degrees
Lowest daily temperature?
8 degrees
8 degrees Celsius. Okay. So the highest for Athens is 31 degrees Celsius. The lowest is 8 degrees Celsius. You looking at your worksheet or your graph, you understand how you got the highest and lowest? Okay, good. And sorry, the highest when does it occur? In July, yes, and the lowest in January. Okay. All right, the next question, B. What are the highest and lowest average daily temperatures for Adelaide? I'll get this one, so. The highest for Adelaide? Highest temperature for Adelaide, class, Eunice?
$22 degrees Celsius.
22
degrees Celsius.
22 degrees Celsius. You agree? 22 degrees Celsius. Wait. highest for Adelaide. It's like 20. Yeah, 22 or 23 degrees Celsius. Okay, and when does it occur? What month? January. Are you sure January? Yes? Yep, January. Okay, the lowest, how many degrees Celsius? Look at your line graph. Remember the line going, not at the rainfall, the bar column graphs, but the line graph. Estimate. 11 or 12? 12 degrees Celsius in what month? July. 12 degrees Celsius in July. That's the lowest temperature reading. Okay, that's for the temperature readings. Okay, now the highest and lowest average monthly rainfall. Rainfalls for Athens. When do they occur? Okay, the highest rainfall reading for Athens. 8Cs, I hope you understand what we're looking at. Please just look at your column graph. This time we're looking at the rainfall measurements. What's the highest? Estimate. 7 degrees Celsius? Oh, sorry, not 7. 70, yeah. 70 degrees Celsius. Sorry, 70 millimeters. You're looking at the what? Right-hand side, column graph. And when? November and December. November and December, that's the highest rainfall in November and December, 70 millimeters. Okay? Lowest rainfall measurement. One millimeter. It's 10 millimeters. 8Cs and receiving students, 10 millimeters. That's the lowest. And in what month? July. Okay, July. Okay, Adelaide. The highest rainfall measurement for Adelaide, 70 millimeters. Yes. Okay, the lowest. 20 millimeters. Yes. Hey, I hope you others agree or what? 20, yeah. 20 millimeters, around 20 millimeters. And in what month? What month does that occur? The lowest? Okay, January. All right, so what is the difference? It says that what are the similarities and differences between the climate of Athens and Adelaide? Looking at the climate of those two, are there any similarities or any differences? Please, receiving students and 8Cs, can you at least say something? Or are there any differences with these two climates? Come on. You should be thinking, not just sitting down. Any differences between those two? Okay, Emmanuel, please. Eunice, can you pass the mic?
The highest rainfall measurement is same, are the same.
Okay, for the two countries, the highest rainfall measurement are the same. Okay, that's a similarity between. Okay, they have the high. Yep. Okay, what about any differences? Any differences? Come on, look at the graphs there. Middle of the year, what happens? See, rainfall measurements there for those two countries. Adelaide, you look at the difference for Adelaide and Athens with the rainfall measurements. Like starting from April to September. April to September for Adelaide, and look at April to September for Athens. Is there any difference there? What's the difference? Okay, Eunice.
During the months of April to December, for Adelaide, the rainfall measurements are high, and for Athens, the rainfall measurements are low. So there's less rainfall during April to September for Athens and more during April to September for Adelaide.
Okay, very good. All right. Or you can say from April to the middle of the month, April to September, Adelaide experiences rain. It's the wettest, what do we say? Okay, the wettest season or months from April to September. And like Athens, dry, yeah, it's dry. Experiences less rain. All right, that's one of the difference. So I hope you completed your worksheets, 8Cs, and receiving, not receiving students, 8Cs. Can you write your name at the top, and I'll collect them at the end of this lesson. All right. You got some rulers there? I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can share. Excuse me, Paulus. Paulus. All right, once you finish with those worksheets, please put them away. We're just going to continue today with an activity still on Australia. HCs and receiving students, I'm not going to read. I want you to look up here to the screen and you yourself read in your mind, okay? We're not going to read aloud, everyone listening. So that means every one of you are going to sit up straight and look at the notes there, and then you're going to do your activity based on those notes there. up here. So receiving students, if you have your rulers there, please, can you take out your rulers now? Take your rulers out and just get them ready for this simple activity. Okay, are you ready? Are you receiving students, please? Can you just read in your mind? No copying. Okay, finish. Move on. Okay, finish. Okay. All right, finish. Wait, I'll go through this one again, yeah. Okay, so, all right, receiving students, once you have read this, like I said, you have your rulers out there, rulers with you. Okay, quickly into your exercise books. All right. Okay, this is your 5 minutes. This is your exercise. Okay, receiving students. All right, can you quickly get this instruction down? 1 minute. Like I said, your exercise books, I'm going to collect your exercise books too. Once you have finished worksheets, I'll collect them, your names, your exercise books, all the exercises that you have been copying down. I'm going to check. All right. So some of you will have to share your rulers. You have to do your work quickly. Okay. All right, the dates are here, like you read through them already. That's why some of you must try and write fast. Stop writing like crabs. Writing very slowly. You just get that in your mind, that's it. You don't have to look and write, look and write. The dates, just the important dates here. simple. Just take down the important events and their dates, and that's it. Put onto your timeline. Samuel, you're still laughing. You finish? Not yet. Okay. So there are two events here, 1606, 1770, and the other event, it's on the next slide, 1901. So that means on your timeline you have 3 events, but you have to set up your timeline. Okay, I'm changing it over to the next slide. Yes. That's the one. Okay, so like I said, once you finish with your timeline, you give it to me. And I'll check. Aaron, what are you writing? Okay, quickly. Yeah. And make sure you have a title for your timeline. Hey, don't give me that noise or that sound. Still in Australia. To where? Instruction. Okay, how many of you have finished? Okay, very good. Hands down. Like I said, just 3 events onto your timeline. Just a simple timeline and your title. You have your simple timeline with those 3 events. Make sure your dates are set in order. So if it's like 1606, 1600, 1700, 1800, and so forth, 1900. All right, 8Cs and receiving students, we'll stop here. Your timeline, receiving teachers, can you collect your children's exercise books to correct the timeline? Make sure that they have a title for their timeline, and those important events are plotted onto their timeline. Okay. So 8Cs, after this, I'll collect exercise books to go through your timelines. All right. That brings us to the end of our lesson, 8Cs and receiving students. Our keyword, because we're still on Australia, keyword is still Australia, receiving teachers. Thank you, 8Cs and receiving students and teachers for participating today. Yep.
Teachers, here is your reference for the next lesson. Your strand, substrand, outcome, the topic, materials, and your reference.